Welcome back to Unboxing Music. Today, a little bit different. Last Saturday, I ended up heading up into the hills to a place called Hebden Bridge for a gig to see a band called Last of Eden, otherwise known as LoE. They were playing at an old iconic venue called the Trades Club, which they've been hosting gigs there since, I think it's either 1923 or 1928, certainly a long time. And there's been some really iconic bands play there. Patti Smith of Because of the Night fame, she's played there, a host of other bands as well. It's a long and tedious drive up to Hebden Bridge. Even though it only took a little over an hour, it did seem longer. Short time on the motorway, and then you go through these twisting, narrow roads which are quite hazardous at times, especially as the temperature was close to freezing at points, so you had to be careful of the ice. Anyway, got there fine, got to the venue. Just as I was walking in, the support band Civil Service started to play. Now, I'd seen Civil Service, about 3 months ago. They were opening for a band called Mountainscape. Civil Service play traditional post-rock, not quite as in your face as some bands. There's a lot of subtlety going on with their music. I personally really enjoy it, and it was a good performance. Well, they didn't have any music at all to purchase, which was a bit of a shame because I'm not able to unbox it. A quick turnaround and it was time for LoE, Last of Eden. Now, I first caught LoE about 9 months ago up in Halifax. It was for their EP launch for People Like Them, and they handed out some free CDs at the time as well. Really enjoyed this track. Features some spoken word taken from the film Network, where the presenter rants and says, and I need to quote this, "I'm as mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore." And he's trying to get everyone to shout it out from the windows. Really iconic scene, and it works really well within the context of this particular piece of music. I then got to see them play a couple of times with Alex Henry Foster on his tour in 2022. Both at the Parish in Huddersfield and at the Deaf Institute in Manchester, both of which LoE performed fantastic sets. And you could see their confidence and maturity growing. Fast forward to Hebden Bridge, and what we got was an even more iconic performance. They've certainly matured their sound, and it was almost like watching a different band. It was their sound was huge. They really sounded like they were putting everything into it, and it came across really well. There was a huge turnout for this particular gig as well, which must have felt heartwarming for the band, because sometimes you go to gigs and there's maybe half a dozen or a dozen people there, and this was a really well attended show. And of course, attending the shows, you got to buy some music. So not so much an unboxing because they were handed to me, but I did pick up 3 CDs, and they're sealed. So, well, 2 of them are sealed, so we need to get into them. The first one, People Like Them. I've got a feeling this is this is the proper release. I've got a feeling that this is going to be the same as the free single that was handed out. But let's get into it. So, get the knife and very gently slit through the plastic protection there. Right, and pulling it out, we find that it's actually a different CD in terms of its styling compared to the one that was handed out. So, may end up being a bit of a collector's item, the original one. Really good. Excellent stuff. So, that's the first one. The second one, this one isn't sealed. This is the LoE, I need to get my glasses out, LoE limited edition View Across the Valley, which has a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think there's 7 tracks on this. So it's almost like a mini album, not just an EP. So let's pull this out, see what this is like. Hate getting my fingers on the CDs. So there we go. Limited edition, View Across the Valley. Fabulous stuff. Looking forward to listening to all of this. Put this away. And finally, and I think the show at Hebden Bridge was actually the launch gig for this particular EP, which is called Secret Societies Rule the World. And there's 3 tracks on this, including an instrumental version and All's Well That Ends Well. So again, it's got one of these little plastic stoppers to prevent people from stealing the CDs, I guess. Trying not to touch the CD inside. This one's a bit trickier. Maybe I need to try to tackle it from the other side. There we go. Excellent stuff. So pull it out, and oh, I do like it when you get these this nice detail, these nice graphics on the CD itself. So this is Last of Eden's Secret Societies Rule the World. Let's pop it back in and let's go and play them and see what they're like. The band themselves describe their music as trying to capture and reflect triumph, heroism, anguish and struggle throughout society. So taking the first EP that came out last year, People Like Them, starts off with a slow drum beat leading to an early climax. It's filled with samples from the film Network. Absolutely brilliant, works incredibly well in the song as well. The second track on the EP, 1001, has a gentler start but also includes an epic guitar solo. The final track on the EP is a reprise of People Like Them, but it's purely instrumental, so all the vocal samples from Network have been removed. So next we come to Secret Societies Rule the World. This came out, I think, towards the end of last year. The title track has some tribal drum beats going on, but also has a load of Rush vibes that I was picking up as well. Really enjoyed this. All's Well That Ends Well is a lighter piece, it's more melodic, but still manages to stray into the heavier post-rock territory as well. And again, there's a repeat of the main track without the samples. And finally, most intriguingly, was this EP, The View Across the Valley. From what I can gather, this is a re-release from December 2021, and it comprises 7 tracks. The first track, Their Finest Hour, includes the famous or infamous Winston Churchill speech. People Have the Power, which is the last track on the CD, pays homage to John Lennon. It's a song that was also jumped upon by Radio 6 and Discovered magazine. John Lennon's also featured in the track as well, describing his belief that people have all the power to make a change. They only needed to be reminded that they have that power. It's quite a moving piece as well. The band's music on all these 3 CDs provides a dramatic, emotive and uplifting musical experience. It really is classic post-rock. And the way they weave the speech into their music, and as well as adding video to the live performances, helps to create a huge cinematic experience. LoE, Last of Eden, have obviously put a lot of thought and effort into this, and it shows as it works brilliantly. Personally, if you're into post-rock, I'd highly recommend these. They've got some more material coming out soon, and they're probably going to be recording an album during the summer, so something to look out for. And when it does get released, I'll certainly be hopping on it and doing a video and unboxing as well. And that's it for me. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this and want to see more videos like this. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one. See you now.